Oahu's leeward coast struggles with the burden of hundreds of families dwelling in tents at beach parks. Today, the state officially opened its 300-bed homeless transitional shelter at the former Waianae Civic Center site across from the Waianae Fire Station, with hopes of easing some of the problem. KITV's Denby Fawcett has the story.
The state took 130 days to erect the new emergency transitional shelter for homeless, costing $7.6 million. An official welcome today to 64 formerly homeless. Now here, almost half children.
Most importantly to me, children are going to have a chance at a decent life.
Sandra and John Lee and their 2-year-old daughter were the first to move in.
We're out of the rainy weather, we're out of the hot sun, and we have guaranteed meals every day.
Thank you very much, Governor.
Nobody happier than 55-year-old Stanley Maka. We met Maka last year living homeless at Maili Beach Park. Now a private room with a key for which he pays $80 a month.
I feel more safe here. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Rents for rooms go up to $144 a month for large families. Rooms range from 80 to 144 square feet.
The rooms are Spartan on purpose because the goal is to encourage residents to want to move out into more permanent housing.
Residents can stay for no more than 2 years. Alice Greenwood used to live in a tent on Maili Beach with her 6-year-old adopted son. Greenwood grateful for the services and classes here to help them.
Our children love it. Over here, they even have where they bring tutors to help you.
The shelter expects to be fully occupied with 300 residents in a month. The more than 100 homeless at Maili must move out by March 25th when the city begins a 3-day cleanup before closing the park at night for good. Denby Fawcett, KITV4 Island Television News.
Homelessness, it is a perennial problem to which there is no fast answer to. The struggle continues in an effort to help improve the lives of those who have no permanent home to return to at the end of the day. KCHNL News 8's Howard Dashevsky joins us live from Kaka'ako with details on the latest help for the homeless. Howard?
That's right, Stephanie. For the fourth time in a year, a homeless shelter has been opened. Governor Linda Lingle and, of course, the state have been very ambitious in trying to deal with the problem that's been growing here, not only on Oahu, but statewide for many, many years. Today, a dedication was held for the newest facility. Our Leland Kim joins us now. You were out there where they dedicated this facility, had an opportunity to talk to some people who not only make their homes on the beach, but folks willing to give this new facility a try.
Absolutely, Dash. Well, today was the official dedication. The shelter's been open for about a couple weeks now. More than 60 people have moved in so far, and they say the shelter does more than provide a roof over their heads. Besides bedrooms, the shelter has a makeshift classroom for children and job training programs for adults. Governor Linda Lingle says the goal is to give people tools to eventually make it on their own. While some homeless people say shelters are not for them, the folks who live at Paiolu Kaiaulu say it's worth checking out.
We got bad feedback from the one at Barber's Point, yeah. That one was like a prison.
We have a future we can look at now because they're helping us structure our life. Back then, oh no, we're gonna get off the beach, but it took us 2 years, But like here, every day that you do what you're supposed to do, it's getting closer and closer to you moving out on your own.
The shelter is only about a fifth full. At full capacity, it can house about 300 people. Governor Lingle hopes to add $128 million towards homeless and affordable housing solution. Now, some homeless people we talked to say the problem is lack of affordable housing, and Governor Lingle has a solution. She's proposing an additional $50 million to build more affordable rental units here in Hawaii.
All right, and the people that were going there today, they seem pretty pleased about this opportunity.
Absolutely. It's only been a couple weeks, but they say they're getting a lot more than just what they bargained for.
The state opened another emergency transitional shelter for homeless families today. The $7.6 million facility is the fourth to open in less than a year and the second on the leeward coast. Ron Mizutani joins us with more. Ron?
Joe, the timing couldn't be better with the city-imposed deadline quickly approaching that will prohibit overnight camping at Maili Beach Park. On the beach, he's simply known as Uncle Small Boy. 3.5 years ago, he was one of the first to call Maili Beach Park home. Thursday, he and his partner and several other families were packing up in preparation for the city's deadline to move out.
In a way, it's good because we can get off the beach. I like getting to a place. I'm tired of the wind and the rain.
Tired of the wind and rain.
Just wait for them to call us.
And hopeful they'll receive a unit at the new shelter in Waianae. The state officially dedicated the 117-unit facility.
We can't always change everybody else, but we can change ourselves. This facility is not a place for people to just hang out. It's a place to change their life.
Since opening on March 1st, 64 people, including 29 children, have moved in. Units range in size from 80 to 144 square feet. When fully occupied, it will accommodate about 300 people.
This is their home and their responsibility to care for it.
Which includes following rules.
Not having your freedom, plenty of rules.
Like signing in and out, community service, and substance abuse counseling and treatment. Nate Jail admits it's been difficult.
I want to change for my daughter. We was on the beach for about 5-6 months.
Some have already stumbled.
One sister, she went over there. I think she was one of the first ones for going at shelter, and she back on the beach.
Still, this couple is willing to give it a go.
I think it can motivate you and push your self-esteem where you was before.
I just go check them out if I don't like it. Well, I'll come right back.
The city and state are hopeful that doesn't happen. Ron Mizutani, KHON 2 News.
The state today dedicated its newest homeless transitional shelter.
This time it's in one of the areas with the most homeless people, Waianae. While this is welcome news, there are still many people who believe much more is needed for the thousands who remain without shelter. KGMB9's Norman Lee reports.
And with that, the new 117-unit homeless shelter in Waianae today was officially dedicated.
It's a place to change their life. They're being given an opportunity to find self-respect and self-sufficiency here in our community.
Many of the new tenants are those who have been forced to live on Maili Beach, which has turned into a tent city for the homeless. Some who live there say the new place offers amenities many of us take for granted.
I mean, you can sleep, you don't have to listen to the noise, beer bottles busting, people fighting, you know. You don't have to listen to gunshots.
I know on a beach, you can't trust no one, because you never know what can happen.
This is the third such shelter the state has opened in 7 months. In May of last year, the Next Step shelter in Kaka'ako was opened, housing more than 300 people. 4 months later, hundreds more moved into the just completed homeless facility in Kaleloa. In 2005, the state reported a homeless population of more than 6,000. It expects those numbers to rise when it compiles the 2006 data. A big reason for that, rising housing and rental costs are pushing many people into the ranks of the homeless. The state also conducted a recent random phone survey asking people if they were just 1 or 2 bad breaks away from being out on the streets.
And many of our people identified themselves as the hidden homeless, where if it's not for the good graces of the people they live with or their family, they would not have a place to live.
And with the homeless being squeezed out from both state and city properties, shelters like these are considered necessary.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I said I'm going to live there forever. I call this place paradise. To me, this is paradise.
Norman Lee, KGMB 9 News.
A brand new homeless shelter opened its doors today. It is the state's 4th one in less than a year. K5 News at 9's Leland Kim takes us there.
This is where John and Sandra Lee called home for 2 years. Now this is where they live.
When we first got here, we said this is it for us. But you know, when you give this place a chance, eventually you realize it's for anybody.
But some are skeptical.
We got bad feedback from the one at Barbers Point, yeah. That one was like a prison.
The Lees moved to Paiolu Kaiaulu Transitional Shelter 2 weeks ago, and it's made all the difference.
We have a future we can look at now because they're helping us structure our life.
Shelter employees do this by teaching them job skills and even parenting skills.
But like here, you every day that you do what you're supposed to do, it's getting closer and closer to you moving out on your own.
And the plan is working. At Thursday's dedication ceremony, Governor Linda Lingle highlighted success stories from other Oahu shelters.
Since October, 75 residents at Waianae Transitional Shelter are now in permanent housing situations.
The Lees hope to follow that example.
If we both work at it, you know, we'll get out of here. And I believe once we're out of here, we can survive on our own.
Survive and become role models for others.
Yeah, I'd like to go because the weather's been real. This is like our third tent already within the past 6 months.
In Waianae, Leland Kim, K5 News at 9.
And the shelter can house about 300 people. Governor Lingle hopes to add $128 million to fight homelessness, including an additional $50 million towards building more affordable rental housing.